I'm Monica Parner-Skate and welcome to round 2 of the Michelin MX Nationals here at Pontrillers. Join me and Chris Sora for the weekend's highlights. I'm here with Nev Bradshaw. Nev, we've had a change in weather over the weekend. Yesterday it was sunny and a bit dusty out on track. Now it's raining, it's muddy. How are you thinking you're going to get on this weekend?
Yeah, no, it's pretty crazy. I think there's a heat wave in the rest of the UK, but it seems to rain here. But no, it's cool, I actually think it's better. It's going to make some better lines and stuff, I think this track would have been quite fast if it was just dry and smooth. So I think the rain, like obviously qualifying is going to be a bit sketchy with all the mud, but once the lines come, especially racing the 450, I think it's going to create some different lines and it should make the racing a bit better, I think. I'm
here with Graham Irwin. You polled at the MX1 Pro Fastest 40 race. How are you feeling for the race now?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Hopefully get a good start. Because of the rain this morning, the track's got quite one line, so yeah, I think the start's going to be crucial, and we'll just try our best.
I'm here with Elliot. Elliot got second in qualifying. How are you feeling for the race today? Of course, the weather is much better now than it was earlier on in the morning.
Yeah, it's definitely a change from this morning. It's gone from a lot of rain this morning, so the track was very one line. It was pretty slippery in practice. So yeah, it's alright. Second was pretty good. So didn't really push too hard. I don't think that you could push that hard on a track like that. And I think it's going to be the same in a race. I think you'll get the same from everyone else. All say the start is the most important thing today. And yeah, if we just make a good start and get around that first corner in the top 3, I think we'll have a good chance of getting the race win today. So I've been working hard the last few weeks to get the bike good and myself, and I really feel like we're in a good place now. So yeah, hopefully get some wins today.
Jordan Booker, you polled the MX2 qualifying. How are you feeling for the races?
Yeah, feeling good. Obviously speed's there for today. Track's pretty tricky and one-liney, so it's going to be just about getting the start really, and hopefully if I can get out with some of the 450s and get some in between me and the rest of the MX2 guys, hopefully we can get a good result.
Brad Anderson, you just missed out on Graham Irwin and now you're third in qualifying. How are you feeling for the races?
Yeah, it was a bit slippy in the practice, but it's drying out nice now, so it's going to be interesting to see how we get on. And obviously Graham's winning this championship at the moment, and obviously I know what I have to do and try and win him and try and take that red plate away.
Martin Barr, you're currently the championship leader for MX2. You got second in qualifying. How are you feeling for the races today?
Yeah, I'm feeling all right. Obviously the track's going to be pretty one line, so the start's going to be crucial. Same for everybody, but I'm feeling confident enough. If I don't get a good start, it's a long enough race just to try and work my way through. But hopefully I'll get a good start and keep the head and see how we get on.
Yeah. Lewis Toombs, you got second at Preston Dogs, third in qualifying today. How are you feeling for the races?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I think the start's going to be key, so hopefully get out towards the front and just hang in there for the 30 minutes and then see where we end up really.
So the gate drops for race number 1 for our pro riders. They go charging into the first corner, and it looks like Elliot Banks-Brown with the whole shot. Christian Watley in second. Oh, gets pushed wide. 1 or 2 riders get pushed off wide on the first corner but make it through on that second corner. Oh, there's a bit of 1 or 2 riders taking a shorter line there, which I don't think they were supposed to. Now, as you can see, the Pontrillers circuit, there was a lot of overnight rain, and the track a little bit wet in places as Banks-Brown leads the way. Looks like Watley in second, could well be Brad Anderson in third, and then looked very much like the TM there of Stuart Edmonds just ahead of Graham Irwin as they charge round the back of the circuit into the woods for the first time. The rest of the pack charging through as they jostle for position. But it looks like Banks-Brown, your early race leader, as the rest of the pack make their way through. There he is, Banks-Brown. Watley right on his tail as he go up the hill for the first time. There's Graham Irwin well placed. He's got past Edmonds. The rest of the field going through. James Harrison there also well placed. But now Banks-Brown leads them round to complete the first lap. And it looks like right on his tail there now, Christian Watley, the reigning champion in the pro class, started to close up on Banks-Brown, very, very close to the front. Anderson there in third on the Verdi KTM. And then it's Graham Irwin, the series leader on the Bill-Base Honda, as Edmonds goes round the outside and makes up another position. But Banks Brown leads the way, coming under pressure though from Watley in second place as they start another lap. There's Irwin, the points leader, just ahead of Edmonds. Elliot Banks Brown on the Geartech Yamaha leaps down the hill, coming under pressure from the Bill-Base Honda of Christian Watley in second. Oh, was a mistake there from Elliot Banks Brown, caught the bike in the rub but doesn't lose out. Well, Watley had a look there but wasn't quite close enough to make the pass, and Brad Anderson there, number 60, shadowing in third place. But this race now really starting to hot up as Elliot Banks Brown, who of course has struggled with injury recently. Oh, as Watley goes down, Christian Watley in second place drops the bike, losing valuable time. His teammate Irwin gets through. We were just saying there that Elliot Banks Brown, the race leader, has struggled with injury in recent times, but really coming back onto form and leads the way with now Brad Anderson in second place with Watley going down. He's back on the bike but losing valuable positions, and that's very good news of course for Irwin, the points leader. And you can see Irwin just at the back of the shot there, starting to close up on the race leaders. Looks like Stuart Edmonds well placed with Watley recovering and just behind Edmonds. So Banks Brown comes down the hill once again, charging back up towards us with Anderson right on his tail in second place. And Anderson, who took the second moto win last time out at Preston Docks, he's looking in great form as he's cheered on by his Verdi KTM team, but losing ground a bit now to Banks Brown, who starts to pull away. Irwin still there in third. Elliot Banks Brown controlling this race well at the front now with Anderson second, Irwin still in third. The top three now really starting to break away from the rest of the field as Elliot Banks Brown looks to try and secure this first moto win of the day, but he's coming under pressure from Anderson in second. And Irwin, meanwhile, there he is. Now he's starting to pressurise. Anderson goes down the inside. Oh, and barges his way through. Makes the pass. He got caught in the rut momentarily, but Anderson with nowhere to go couldn't repass him. So Graham Irwin with a brave move down the inside on the hill goes through into second place as Anderson starts to fight back as they make their way back towards the finish line. Brad Anderson not quite close enough to go for a pass down the inside though, as Graham Irwin holds his line and sets off in pursuit of the race leader, Elliot Banks Brown, number 44, still leading the way. There's Irwin in second though. Anderson still pressuring in third as Banks Brown charges through. Then that battle for second place. Anderson once again they're being urged on by his pit crew. But Elliot Banks Brown still leading the way. Irwin in second, Anderson third. Jake Shipton running well near the front as well in fourth place from Stuart Edmonds. Christian Watley though fighting his way through. Looks like he's back into third place. He's got past Shipton, and Watley trying to close up with this battle. Elliot Banks Brown though still leads the way. Oh, as Irwin drops the bike, Anderson gets through. So we're saying Watley actually up to fourth place. He's got past Jake Shipton, and with Irwin dropping the bike there, Anderson gets through to second place. But Elliot Banks Brown, number 44, with all the carnage behind him, still controls the race at the front. So Elliot Banks Brown leads. Looks like Anderson now in second place, Irwin in third, and Jake Shipton, Christian Watley just having that scrap there with Watley now getting through into fourth place, and Stuart Edmonds, James Harrison, Gert Creston up on the Phoenix Honda also there amongst the front runners. But Elliot Banks Brown continues to lead the way, just a couple of seconds ahead of Anderson. Irwin still there in third. The top three still breaking away all the time from the chasing pack as Banks Brown now starts to pull away from Anderson. Irwin still shadowing in third place. He looks to try and close back up amongst the leaders as Banks Brown leaps down the hill once again. Clean track in front of him, goes into the rut and back up the hill. There's Anderson, number 60, on the Verdi Sports KTM, just shadowing there. Took the second moto win, of course, the last time out at Preston Docks, and Brad Anderson really does seem to be taking well to that KTM this year. Newly signed for the Verdi KTM team, and really has found a new lease of life, and now starting to close back up again on Elliot Banks Brown with Irwin there on the Bill-Base Honda, shadowing in third place. Graham Irwin, of course, the points leader, very, very closely poised with Anderson for the series lead. And Graham Irwin, of course, who was second last year in the Pro class, really has come out of the blocks very well. He's had a great winter preparation on the Bill-Base Honda. Oh, as there goes the race leader, Elliot Banks Brown has gone down, and Anderson takes the lead. So all action at the front of this pack, and Elliot Banks Brown, he's down, can't get the bike restarted. Elliot Banks-Brown's okay, but he's out of the race, and that means, of course, that Anderson now leads the way. Irwin in second. So 3 has become 2 as Brad Anderson leads the way. Irwin charging up the hill, and there's Banks-Brown trying to get the bike restarted, and the rest of the pack making their way through. Elliot Banks-Brown cannot get that bike restarted, trying again, but it looks like Banks-Brown then, he thought he was out the race, and he certainly is, so out of contention. Maybe we'll see him later on, of course, but that means that Anderson leads the way. There he goes, leaping down the hill that claimed Banks-Brown on the previous lap, and he's still there, cannot get the bike restarted. So Brad Anderson, will he be able to open the first race with a victory? I'm sure Irwin will have other ideas in second place as he shadows Anderson, the race leader, looks for lines. Anderson coming round the final corner, past the finish line. Irwin has taken the lead, so Graham Irwin out of nowhere. The pressure has paid off for him. And number 5, Graham Irwin, looks like he's going to bring it home to take the checkered flag in moto number 1. So it's a race win for Graham Irwin from Brad Anderson in second place. Christian Watley brought it home in third place.
You are a team representative, which is something that the MX Nationals have newly introduced. Please explain that to us.
If there's rumours going around, people aren't happy or anything like that, or they can speak to me, or I'll hear something and try and speak to Paul and Neil, his dad, just to try and get across what the teams are thinking and what we are thinking. And basically, I think they do listen to a lot of stuff, and I think that's important because obviously they're running the event. They want people to keep coming back, and you can see this year there's a lot of people come to these events, and basically if everyone's happy, then it makes a happy ship for everybody, really. And I think they do listen, and I think that's why it's very easy going, come here, have a race, and then go home. That's basically the main thing, really.
So the gate drops for the Expert Cup MX1, charging down the start straight for the first time and grabbing the hole shot, number 101, Matthew Woodham, on the aptly titled hole shot Honda. So there he goes, Woodham, your race leader, as the rest of the field charge through the first corner. As you can see, the track's still very wet from the overnight rain, although it's very warm here at Pontchartrain, starting to dry out somewhat as Woodham leads the way up the hill for the first time. Looks like Ashley Smith on his tail in second, and Smith goes through into the lead. Woodham drops to second, and then the rest of the field charging through. One rider falling on that second corner, and as you can see, the roost at the back of the field there, the riders really getting filled in at the back. The front, of course, as is always in motocross, is the place to be, and it's Ashley Smith leads the way, all looking very close at the front of the field. Brad Cable, number 14, took the moto win yesterday, second in the second race, and looking to try and make it 2 wins out of 3. Oh, as the front 2 riders go down, Cable and Smith both go down, take each other out, and Ashley Smith doesn't look too happy with Cable, but Cable gets away. Well, he nearly got through into the lead there, but now number 292, James Dodd, who took the moto win yesterday, the second race win, now takes the lead. Cable back on the bike. So Smith, he didn't look too happy with that move there, but it was just a racing incident. And now back into contention in third place, and already you can see the track started to dry out somewhat in places. There's Smith in third, charging away to get back amongst the leaders. But now James Dodd, number 292, took the moto win yesterday, and this fight now for the overall result between Brad Cable in second place, number 14, and James Dodd, number 292, your race leader. There's Dodd, the race leader. Cable right on his tail in second place as they leap down the hill, and Cable started to close up. There's Ashley Smith just shadowing in third place, but 292, there he goes, your race leader. James Dodd now really coming under pressure from Brad Cable. They go past the finish line once again, all very, very close indeed. There's Smith still in third place, but the battle now really starting to develop between James Dodd and Brad Cable in second place, all very close indeed. Cable starting to apply the pressure as he looks to snatch this final moto win. Dodd holds the inside line, Cable goes round the outside and takes the lead. So great move there, round the outside for Brad Cable. Dodd tries to fight back down the inside. Smith still there in third, but Brad Cable's made the pass stick. He leaps down the hill once again and closes in on victory. There's Dodd in second place. But Brad Cable now looking to snatch the overall. goes down the inside of the back marker into the final corner, and Brad Cavell takes the checkered flag and the overall result. James Dodd was second overall in the weekend, with Ashley Smith bringing home third.
So my name's Adam Wells. I'm racing the amateur MX2 expert club class. Started from just a next door neighbour owning a bike, and I just wanted to get into it because it looked fun, and my dad said he wouldn't buy me one till I could ride next door's bike, so by the end of the day I was riding it.
He started riding a bike when he was 3. He had a little PW, I think, like most lads in the paddock. And then when he was 6 and old enough to start racing, he started doing club stuff with Worley Wasps and Cotswolds. He then progressed into the AMCA and then started obviously in the inter-juniors, went through the ranks to expert. And obviously now he's quite competitive in the championship.
Just friends, we all got into the same sort of thing. We all would go into the same meetings, and then we were all getting that little bit faster each weekend, and we all just decided to go to the bigger races, and then since then I've not really looked back.
When he's riding, I think like most parents, you tend to be on edge, especially the speed they're going at these days, and the jumps that they're taking on some of the tracks. It's not easy. I think you like to see the lads do well, as all the parents do, but I think you like to see them come back in one piece and the bike going in the van on a Sunday evening.
Qualifying this morning, obviously we were out first, so the track was like super wet. It was graded, smooth again, but being out first on a wet track, it's always tough because you cut pretty much just one line through the middle where everyone has to stick to. So qualifying wasn't too bad for me. I managed 6, but then for my first race, I managed to get a good start, ran 3rd or 4th for the race, made a few passes, just rode steady, settled for 2nd, came in behind Luke Mellows, so I was pretty pleased with Moto 1. Hopefully do the same for Moto 2.
You don't really get any spare time on a night. We're constantly in the garage and we're constantly cleaning stuff and constantly spannering stuff, and parts on order, bits repaired, bits replaced, and yeah, it's just an ongoing week really, and then it starts all over again the following weekend. Some good riders in it. Yeah, some real good riders in it. Luke got the whole shot, yeah. Yeah, Luke got the whole shot.
Yeah, qualification was good. They struggled to get the water on the track that they needed here, really. Obviously, we've had a really good weather this week, so qualifying I ended up 2nd, put in an early lap. I got up, I think I was 2nd for the majority of the qualifying session. Might have dropped out at 3rd or 4th and then got myself back into 2nd, so happy with that.
Just go out and enjoy it at the end of the day. Great stuff, mate! Go on, son! Go on, Ad! Keep it smooth! Go on! Well, he had a great start, to be fair. He's currently lying 2nd. He's coming under a bit of pressure from Cookie, but Henry's riding well out front, and yeah, to be honest, if he can hold top 3, we'll be, we'll be ecstatic. We'll be chuffed to bits with that. Think! Great ride! It's such a fast pace, and you've got to force the issue if you want to get by, really, and you don't really want to be knocking people off, do you? Brilliant, kid, brilliant. Go on, Ad! Come off over the back section over there, but he's regrouped now, and he's looks like he's closing them back down again, but 2 laps to go. I think he's going to struggle, but fair play to him. At least he's consolidated 3rd, I think. Come on, Anne! Fantastic ride. That was hell of a pace they were going at, to be honest. It was brilliant riding by all of them. Superb ride that was, kid.
Yeah, it was all right.
Well done.
Race just gone, got off to a good start. gated third, got into second quickly from, I think, Joe Jeffries making a mistake in second. Was chasing down hard on Henry. Got with him, wanted to make the pass. As I tried to round the outside, I clicked into neutral, dug my front end in some wet. Unfortunately, the front end went down. Adam Cook passed me, but I got back on 2 wheels, got going, managed to catch up to those two for 2 or 3 seconds from the end, but unfortunately the race was timed, so yeah, tough race.
Every time I've rode the bike, I feel like I'm certainly more confident with it. I'm getting quicker on it. Team are doing a great job, obviously supplying me with what I need to do the job, and then obviously here today, a second in qualifying, a great start, whole shot in race 1, and won that one. And then that race, not quite the luck out the start, but I think I came round about 10th or 11th on lap 1, and on a difficult track to pass, I got myself back up to 5th, so yeah, really happy.
Away we go then with the Expert Cup MX2 class, charging down the Star Straight. Into the first corner they go. It's very, very close indeed, but Luke Mellows, number 44, gets the whole shot. As they pile into that second corner, jostling for position, but it looks like Jansen Day's now taken the lead, number 6. This MX2 Expert Cup class is very, very closely contested, with any one of around 5 riders in contention for the overall result going into this final moto. They charge into the woods for the first time, with Jansen Day, number 6, on the Passion Racing KTM leading the way. Looks like Adam Cook there in second place, number 73. Mellows, the whole shot man, in third. Adam Wells also well placed, the rider we spoke to earlier. Not such a good start for Henry Williams, number 15, the series leader, fighting his way through the field. As you see, Mellows, he took a dominant first moto win yesterday. Wells just behind him in fourth place. Jansen Day, number 6. Looking to try and fight back. He DNF'd the second race, which could well have dropped back out of contention in terms of the overall result. Looking to go out with a win. There's Adam Wells a little bit further behind. Adam Wells hasn't taken a moto win so far this weekend, but he's been very consistent and could be an outside bet for the overall result. There's Mellows, number 44. Adam Wells 156, followed by number 66, the machine there of Josh Coleman. At number 6, there your race leader. Adam Cook, 73, right on his tail as they go past the finish line over the spectator bridge and start another lap with Jansen Day, number 6. Charging away, coming under some real pressure though from Adam Cook in second place. And then goes Cook on the DK Kawasaki. Luke Mellows a little bit further behind. Adam Wells also in there as Adam Cook has a look down the inside but wasn't quite close enough, and Jansen Day holds on to the lead as they go around to complete the lap with Adam Cook right on the tail of number 6, Jansen Day. They go past the finish line once again, and Adam Cook in second place being urged on there as they start another lap, charging up the hill. They've gone over the spectator bridge to the start of the lap. This one of the fastest parts of the course. Round the back of the track they go, into the woods once again. You can still see Mellows just going around the outside of the lap marker, but number 6, Jansen Day, on the AJS Passion Racing KTM machine, starting to close up on the lap markers. And he can't afford to relax, because right on his tail now, Adam Cook really starting to apply the pressure. And Adam Cook tries the outside line. Oh, but he goes down. The front end washes out. He just jumped out to the berm, and Adam Cook is down. Is he okay? He's getting back up on the bike, but he's out of contention. And that means that Jansen Day takes the checkered flag. The overall result, however, went to Adam Wells, with Henry Williams in second overall, Jordan Keogh in third. Away we go then with the small wheel 85s, charging into the first corner, and it looks like number 117, Ike Carter, who's been unstoppable this weekend, gets another whole shot, goes round the first few corners. And as you can see, just looking at the track now as the day goes on, been very nice warm weather today, and the track really starting to dry out, and this is very much what it was like for the smaller riders yesterday, when the track was very dry and very fast as well. So the track now looking in perfect condition as Ike Carter leads the way. Bobby Bruce in second place. Ike Carter then with 2 moto wins so far, looking to make it a hat-trick. Bobby Bruce in second, Louis Kessel in third. But Ike Carter, nobody at all can live with him at the moment. Bobby Bruce just shadowing him in second place. Looking to try and snatch second overall from Louis Kessel, but Kessel has been on fine form this weekend. There's Bobby Bruce, number 79 in second position. Still keeping the race leader Carter under pressure. But Ike Carter, no one really has been able to live with him this weekend. Certainly nobody's been able to challenge him for the lead in any great sense. And there he goes through the braking bumps into that really tight right-hander. 117, Ike Carter, race leader, charges back up the hill and looking very strong indeed, stars it over the tabletop. And Ike Carter, 117, 2 wins so far this weekend, and this looks very much like it could be his third if things stay as they are. Bobby Bruce just shadowing in second place, so Carter certainly can't afford to make any kind of a mistake. There he is in second place, Bobby Bruce, number 79. Just a few seconds down from Mike Carter in second place. There he is once again, Bobby Bruce in second. Louis Kessel still in third position. Ollie Davidson, Brad Nolan and Ben Watkins also amongst the front runners. Mike Carter now starting to pick his way through some of the tail enders, making his way back up towards the finish line. And so Ike Carter went on to take the checkered flag, his third race win of the weekend, which gave him the overall result with Louis Kessel second overall and Bobby Bruce in third.
Yeah, so I got into riding. My dad used to ride on long ago, and he started riding, and I started riding as well. Started off with my dad training me a bit, and then I got into RMJ. On my auto, so and we got into a bit more of like competition, more bigger races and everything like that. My first race, can't really remember it, but I think it was on PW in Wilden Lane on the little kids track. Can't really remember how I got on, but sort of remember like how it felt and everything. Well, I started proper like going for it on the 65s, and my last year on the 65s and the second to last year were really good. It was young on the second to last year on the 65s. I was against older kids, and I think my best one was 6th overall. I was really good, and then going into the last year of the 65s, I battling for the lead in nearly every race, and I was leading the championships going into the second to last round, and it started raining. I was leading and crashed on the jump and broke my wrist, so that season was over. And then I moved last year to Moto Energy Kawasaki, and that year didn't go as good, but now this year started off really good. Yeah, a normal week in school is alright. I'd rather be out riding, but school's alright, but I would obviously be out like riding with RMJ and everything and all the lads. But I guess it's alright. I go out twice a week, once a week sometimes. Most of my friends don't really know what it is. I've got them into it a bit, and like I've shown them some videos and that, and they're like, whoa, cool.
I'm here with Joel Rizzi. We spoke to you at Preston Docks. How did the rest of your weekend come along?
Yeah, on the Sunday I got another first, what was really good, and a second to round it off. Got the overall win, what's good, and the red plate coming into the second round.
How did you get on yesterday during the races?
Yeah, I got first in qualifying, strong qualifying. First moto, got the whole shot and came away with second, and was third off the start and stayed there in the second moto.
That's brilliant, and we've had a change in weather conditions yesterday. It was sunny, it was dusty, now it's been raining, it's very muddy out on track. Is there any changes you're going to make to the bike?
Not to the bike, but to the way I ride. It was very hard pack yesterday, so you won't want to ride in the hard pack. You want to try and get into where the tractor's graded.
So the gate drops for the third moto of the big wheel 85s, charging down the Star Straight for the first time. They pile into the first corner, and it looks like Joel Rizzi, number 912, that gets the whole shot. They battle for position in those opening few corners, all very, very closely indeed. Dominic Lancet also well placed, Sam Price, Lewis Hall James Hanscom in there as well. Joel Rizzi, number 912, the rider we spoke to just a few moments ago, leads them up the hill for the first time. It looks like Dominic Lancet in second place. Not a good start though for the Team Green rider, Lewis Hall, who took 2 moto wins yesterday, but now right at the back of the field and has a lot of work to do. So this will play into the hands of the race leader, 912. Joel Rizzi with Dominic Lancet a little bit further behind him there. Sam Price, number 425, also well placed. There goes James Hanscom, number 94, also amongst the front runners. It's Rizzi now. It looks like could well be Josh Peters in there as well. Sam Price also amongst the front runners. So that looks like Josh Peters with Lancet just on his tail. Sam Price also in there as well, and James Hanscom there, number 912. Joel Rizzi still continues to lead the way, and as things stand at the moment with the series, well, the points leader this weekend so far, Lewis Hall, having a bad result trying to fight his way through the field. This really does open things up for Joel Rizzi to possibly take the overall result. The top 5 making their way through, the Rizzi still charging away at the front, and now with the gap, looks like Peters also number 90 there, Dominic Lancet, also amongst the front runners, still scrapping away for that second place as Lancet has a look down the inside, but not quite close enough. Sam Price there, 425, just shadowing in that 4th place. Rizzi goes through, and it's still number 712 there. Josh Peters still coming under some real pressure from the chasing pack. Sam Price, Dominic Lancet looking to try and fight their way through, but Peters, I'm sure, has other ideas. Lancet has a look down the inside though and takes second place, but Joel Rizzi, number 912, leaps down the hill once again and looking to try and secure this final moto victory, which would also be good enough to give him the overall if things stay as they are. Lancet's got through to second place, but really does need to try and get past Rizzi to secure the overall victory. But I'm sure that Joel Rizzi, number 912, on the RFX KTM will have other ideas as he starts to close in towards the checkered flag. Just a few more laps to go for him, and Rizzi looking in fine form as the track really starts to dry out and get very quick indeed, looking in superb condition. There's Dominic Lancet now clear in second place. The top 2 really starting to break away as Lancet starts to close up on Rizzi. They go past 1 or 2 of the tail enders there. Number 4 there, the machine of Matt Lloyd. Rizzi now comes round the final corner and takes the checkered flag. So Joel Rizzi with the race win and the overall result. Dominic Lancet in second overall, and Sam Price brought it home in third. Gate drops for the MX-2, charging down the Star Straight. Into the first corner they go, and it looks like number 171 there gets the whole shot, the machine of Dexter Douglas. Oh, there's carnage at the back of the field as several of the front runners go down, but a great start there from Dexter Douglas to take the early lead as the rest of the field charge through as the fallers there picking themselves up. There's Dylan Woodcock there, number 60, well placed, gets through past the melee. Kieran Cook in there as well. Douglas leads the way. Looks like Michael Ellis, who took 2 race wins yesterday, still there in second place. As Dylan Woodcock has a look down the inside for third position, and Woodcock takes third. The Team Green Monster Energy rider goes through into third place. And then the rest of the front runners charging their way through as Dexter Douglas, your whole shot man, charges up the hill. Michael Ellis, though, with one eye on the overall result, took 2 race wins yesterday, looking to try and make it a hat-trick. Woodcock there in third place. So Douglas still leads, Ellis in second. There's Woodcock in third. The top 3 now really starting to break away from the rest of the field. So Dexter Douglas had a great start. Didn't score in the first moto, was improved throughout the weekend, and he looked to try and round his weekend off with an overall result, overall win in this final moto. Michael Ellis, the rider in second place, certainly is the rider to beat. He took 2 race wins yesterday, and as things stand at the moment, this would give him the overall result, so he doesn't need to worry too much about Dexter Douglas at the moment, but I'm sure Ellis would like to get past him and secure a hat-trick of wins for the weekend. So there's Ellis in second, but Dylan Woodcock there in third place, his first year on the MX-2 250F machine, former big wheel 85cc rider, and he's really acquitting himself well to the 250F as he goes for the pass on Michael Ellis. Now, has he made the pass stick? no is the answer, because Michael Ellis still holds on to that second place. This is all very good news for the Husqvarna of Dexter Douglas as he tries to pull away, but Ellis now starting to close up a bit in second place. Ellis coming under pressure. Woodcock goes round the outside. Dylan Woodcock, this time he goes for the pass, and has he made it stick? He has this time, as he leaps down the hill and starts to close up on the race leader, Dexter Douglas 171, who has led the majority of the race, but now is coming under some more pressure as Dylan Woodcock, number 16, second place, starts to close up as they go back down the hill, almost vertical drop off, and then over this huge tabletop, really throws the riders through the air. But Woodcock keeps it low, goes down the inside, and Dylan Woodcock, number 60, your new race leader. Great move down the inside there for him. Dexter Douglas drops to second place. Michael Ellis still in third. And it was a race win for number 60, Dylan Woodcock. But Michael Ellis took the overall result from Dylan Woodcock in second, Jamie Carpenter in third.
Graham Irwin, you got first in the first race. You made it quite tough for yourself a couple of times, but in the end you managed to get the win.
Yeah, it was a really good race. You know, I didn't get the best of starts. I started picking my way through, got Brad down the downhill, and then 2 laps later I made a mistake and went down in the exact same place. And then yeah, I just got my head down, got into a good rhythm after that, and was able to pass Elliot and pass Brad, and to get the win quite comfortably. So it was a good race, a long race, and yeah, I feel good for the second one.
Elliot Banks-Brown, an unfortunate first race for you. How are you feeling after that?
Yeah, it was unfortunate, you know. I got a good start for once. It's the first whole shot I've had all year, so I was riding alright. I got a bit tense. I was riding with a bit of arm pump, but you know, I felt good in that race. And unfortunately, it was my own mistake. I did slide out a little bit, but it wasn't a crash that should have DNF'd the race, and I just could not kick the bike into life again. So yeah, I had to push it off the track, and we got it back to the pits. It cooled down and started like second kick. So it was pretty frustrating, but that's motocross, and sometimes that happens. So we'll try and go out there and do it again this time. I have a bit of confidence now from that first race, knowing I can at least lead a race, and I felt like I pretty much did have it in hand. Graham and Brad were going good, but I felt like I could have won that race. So just try and turn it around in this one and get a win, at least to finish the day off.
Brad Anderson, a second in the first race. How are you feeling after that?
I wasn't very pleased with how I went. Obviously I got into the lead and a bit of arm pump kicked in, and Graham was going well. Ellie went down, but hopefully the arm pump's gone now and we're going for the win in this last race.
Martin Barr, a win for you in MX2 in the first race. How are you feeling for the second race?
Yeah, looking forward to it. The first race didn't start off too good. I didn't make such a very good start, but I knew it was going to be a long race, so I never got excited and just picked them off one by one and worked my way up to the front. So no, it was a really good race, and set up nicely for the second one now.
Brad Todd, a second for you in that first race. How are you feeling?
Good, it's good. I got a bad start, but I managed to pull through a lot of them. I made a couple of mistakes, but luckily the guys in front, they got penalised, so that put me up a couple of spots. So yeah, it was a good one. And
how are you feeling for the second race?
Yeah, I'm feeling good and quite confident, more confident than what I was this morning. Yeah, hopefully I can get a good start, better start, and keep with them.
So away we go with our second pro race of the day, and the overall results still wide open as number 180 Josh Spinks takes a whole shot from Christian Watley. Go piling into the second corner. Will they get through cleanly? Oh, some bar banging in the midfield, but they all seem to be getting through cleanly, and Josh Spinks, number 180, leads the way. There he is, the Suzuki rider, charging up the hill. Who's in second place? Looks like Anderson now through to second place. Watley down to third. Not such a good start for Graham Irwin this time. He's down in about 9th or 10th position. So Irwin with a bit of work to do as he looks to try and fight back and get back amongst the race leaders. But Josh Spinks, 180, your fast starter, leading the way. Anderson in second place. Looks like it could well be Watley in third. Gert Krestinoff also well placed. As the rest of the field charged through, we saw there number 95 looked like was also well placed there. The machine of Dan Thornhill just on the fringe of the top 10. Irwin though on the move, he's just got past number 44, Elliot Banks-Brown, who of course DNF'd the first moto and Banks Brown looking to try and fight back in the second race. They both got past Stuart Edmonds as they go charging back the hill. There's Irwin, there's Banks Brown. Looks like James Harrison, Gert Krestinoff also well placed. Carlton Husband on the Phoenix Honda leading the MX2 charge at the moment as Martin Barr, the series leader, fights his way through the field. They're all looking very strong at the front, with Josh Spinks, number 180, with that great start and still maintaining the gap between him and second place, which is still Brad Anderson in second place. Anderson looking to try and secure the overall result. He needs that win though, really. But Spinks is not giving up the fight at the lead. Very strong in his early stages. There's Anderson though, still shadowing in second place and being urged on in third now. Number 731, another great start there for Jake Shipton. He ran very well in the first moto and with another great start in third place in these opening stages. 180 still your race leader Josh Spinks, coming under pressure from Anderson in second place. There's Shipton in third place and it looks like Owen may have gone through into fourth. Spinks now coming under some real pressure from Anderson in second place. There's Shipton in third. And yes, indeed, now Graham Owen up to fourth place as the rest of the front runners go charging through. Christian Watley there still well placed. Gert Krestinoff in there as well. There's Carlton Husband, number 6, leading the MX2 riders in these early stages. Now we look at the downhill jump as Spinks leaps down the hill, holds that inside line to force Anderson wide. So Spinks, he is in no mood to give up that lead. Anderson keeping the pressure on in second place, has a look down the inside of Spinks, but he isn't close enough to go for the pass. So Josh Spinks, 180, still the race leader. Brad Anderson, number 60, on the Birdie KTM, just on his tail in second place. For Spinks on the Heads and All Thread Suzuki, looking very strong at the front. Maintaining that gap as he goes past the finish line to complete the lap, as Anderson now starts to put the pressure on, has a look down the inside, and I think Spinks knows he's there. So Spinks holds the inside line. Anderson tries squaring the turn off, but Spinks had the line covered as they go back into the woods. It's a Bill Base Honda in third. It looks like now Irwin's gone all the way through into third place. He's got past Jake Shipton as one rider goes down. Big style there on the finish line, number 134, Liam Knight. A hefty tumble for him as Anderson takes the lead. So Liam Knight now back into the action, albeit quite some distance down on the MX2 machine. But Brad Anderson, number 60, is now your race leader around the back of the circuit. It looks like he's got through and past Josh Spinks. So Anderson, who took the second moto win last time out at Preston Docks on that tough, gnarly sand circuit. Very different track here, of course, hard pack and very fast indeed. The track really has dried out after the overnight rain and looking in great condition for this final moto. And Anderson now really starting to pull away at the front. Irwin still there in third position. Banks Brown looks like he's well placed as well. As Elliot Banks Brown, of course, DNF the first moto, looking to try and fight back with a strong finish in race number 2. But Anderson now leads the way and he is clear at the front. Elliot Banks Brown though starting to charge his way through. There he is, number 44. He's got past Christian Watley and starting to put Graham Irwin under some pressure, but no problems at all for number 60. Brad Anderson on the Birdie Sports KTM. It's the Heads and All Thread Suzuki of Josh Spinks, 180. Your whole shot man still there in second place, but Anderson goes for a tear off over the tabletop and starts to pull away. Anderson then looking to secure the overall result. Got a few more corners to go to complete another lap, and Brad Anderson 1:57.120, his best lap time. But there's Spinks in second, Irwin in third, Elliot Banks Brown still on the move in fourth, with Christian Watley right on his tail in fifth place. Anderson, meanwhile, number 60, goes back up the hill. The Birdie Sports KTM rider from Tullow in County Durham, looking very strong indeed. As we were saying earlier, really does seem to have taken well to that KTM machine, and certainly a force to be reckoned with this year in the MX Nationals. He goes past the finish line over the spectator bridge, a little bit wide there from Anderson. Doesn't lose too much time as Spinks starts to come under pressure in second place from Graham Irwin. Irwin has a look down the inside of Spinks, but not quite close enough to make the pass stick. Elliot Banks Brown still there with Christian Watley going through, and looks like Gert Krestinoff has got past Jake Shipton. Yellow flags there as the tail ender goes down, but no problems at all for Anderson as he controls the race at the front, starting to pull away from the chasing pack. And Anderson, with one eye on the overall result, looking very strong indeed. That elbows tucked in style from Brad Anderson, certainly very effective for him, and he's looking in great form as he looks to secure this race victory. But now in second place, the battle's starting to hot up between Graham Irwin and Elliot Banks-Brown, who's really on the move, goes down the inside of Irwin. Now that could be important for Graham Irwin, as if things stay as they are, that would give the overall to Anderson. So Anderson there charging away at the front, but all the eyes are on second place now, because Elliot Banks-Brown, after that DNF in the first race, really has fought back well. He's got past Graham Irwin and is now in second place. So Anderson's race sprint gave him the overall result from Graham Irwin in second place, and Christian Watley taking third. In the MX2 Pro class, it was Martin Barr with the overall win, from Lewis Toombs and Lewis Trickett in third.
You know, came away with 2 race wins, so it was a fantastic day.
And as you say, of course, you had some difficult starts, had to fight your way through the field. And as the race went on, did you know that you were seriously making up some good ground?
Yeah, you know, my pit board, I was watching it every lap, and you know, it was giving me the information that I needed. So yeah, it was a brilliant day, really enjoyed it. And you know, fair play to the organisers. You know, we were with the weather last night and the track this morning. You know, I can't believe how dry it's turned out, so hats off to them, and you know, we roll on the next round.
And going through to the next round at Duns, you're looking forward to trying to maintain the unbeaten record so far this year?
Yeah, obviously it'd be nice. I'll go home and, you know, I'll just keep putting the work in, and, you know, just takes it as it comes. But yeah, it'd be nice if I kept it going.
Well, he's certainly going the right way about your overall winner in the Pro MX2 class, Martin Barr. So the overall winner in the Pro MX1 class is none other than Verdi Sports Racing, Brad Anderson. And Brad had a tough race to finish second in the first one, so I take it quite pleased to come through in style in that second moto to secure the win.
Yeah, I struggled a little bit in the first one, got a little bit arm pump and then it went off. And these guys, to be fair, I was quite lucky because they came off in front of us when I was trying to push behind them. But Graham come back strong, he come past us, and then I had nothing for him. I just tensed up real bad, and he pulled away, but I managed to keep second, which I knew it was quite strong. If I won the last one, I got the overall. So I just had to concentrate on the start, get out the start, and then try and ride my own race. And I kept on watching the pace behind, and they were catching a little bit, so I had to try and get the hammer down a little bit more. And it seemed as though they were battling between each other, like you're saying Christian, you're saying Graham, and you're saying Elliot. But I was lucky to keep that gap because they come strong in the last few laps, and it just seemed a long race. It seemed as though we were just going around forever, but I'm so glad. I'd like to thank the team for doing an awesome job, Verdi KTM. I'd like to thank them on this one because they had the bike working spot on.